Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Many women are simply not sexually attracted to genuinely good men. Sexually attracted. Now, what do I mean when I say genuinely good men? You got some guys out here, they genuinely good. They got good intentions towards women. They don't have any dislike. You know, of course, some other people might call them simps or whatever, or blue pill, but the dudes are genuine. And in this space, man, we ain't into all that pill shit. We into what's actually out here in the world. Like, they genuine. They work. They can have fun. You know, even if you talk to the women even say, oh yeah, these guys are handsome and everything. These guys are handsome. Or the guys got good height. This is you look at them and you think, okay, these guys should be having a ton of women on them. And indeed, some of the women who don't deal with these particular men will say that. They'll look at the guy and say, you good for another woman. You good. Women don't know what they're missing out on, except that woman who just said it don't want to deal with that guy. But the issue is, the woman's simply not sexually attracted. Now, like I said, I'm not really a dating coach. You people call me that. I'm more of a sex coach, sexual dynamics. I'm telling you what's happening out here. Because that's what it come down to. Like, when you get these women talking about there's a shortage of good men, they more accurate to say shortage of, if they're gonna have good, maybe good looking, and then even good looking means sexually attractive. If they're gonna be honest. Because let's be real, one of the things I found with many women, they just not sexually attracted to most men. There ain't nothing wrong with it. That's how it is. If you think about it, if a man has sex with a woman, he shoots his shot up in there. He shoots those sperms. Out of millions of sperms, only one is going to get through. And indeed, and I gotta see if I can find that a link again to that article. It was talking about how a woman's egg will only call out to certain sperm. I'm gonna see if I can find the link to that article and put it in the description box. If I can't, well, I think I saved it the link somewhere. Because that's very important. That's just a woman's nature. Like, some guys will get mad at them and think all this, but look, let's just be real. A lot of this shit is primal, subconscious. A lot of factors go into it with a particular woman. Her DNA, her relationship with her father or father figure, her actual physical imprint, the combination of the first three men who penetrated her, where she lives. It's so many factors. It's so many factors that go into it. Only a few men gonna have that. Only a few men gonna have that. Unfortunately, you have many men who are genuinely good guys. They encounter these women, and the woman, logically, the woman will say, hold up, this is a good guy. He got a good job. He got all this stuff going on. And some, but they ain't feeling it. Now, some will try, but then those are usually the marriages and stuff that break up. Those are usually the situations where there's a my bad situation. Seriously, and the woman might feel bad. There's been women who cheated with some guys, and they say they really love their husbands, respect them and all of that, but the man ain't turning them on. And that's really what it is. And like I said, don't think the women are evil. That's just their nature. They just follow, because that shit is primal. That shit biological. If you talk to every single woman that couldn't hook up or didn't hook up with a genuinely good man, they'll say they wish they were different. They wish the circumstances was, but this is deep. This is deep, And I know some guys will say, oh no, Ron, you're just making excuses for them. Get some common sense. Because what we have sex for, really the primary thing is to reproduce. That's a primary draw. Sex is primal. Women will always have a primal drive. That's even in my book, Sexual Chemistry. I said, if a woman look at you and want to have your baby, you hitting on a deeper level. When she voluntarily looks at a guy. In fact, that's why some guys will have a lot of babies. That's some primal shit. That's some primal shit. And see, we're not talking about it. See, that's the real issue there. It ain't so much it's there, but we're not effectively talking about it. Because one of the things that inspired this particular video. Now, of course, you got plenty of women. They content creators, whatever, on different social media platforms. They're talking about, well, ladies, leave this man alone, leave this man alone. And you even got some men, you got plenty of men. They got big followings say, yeah, leave that guy alone, leave that guy alone. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Hey, anybody with sense will agree with them. Shoot, even the guys who get in the play, they'll say, man, I don't know why she messing with me. Genuinely bad men got some problems going on. And they'll say, the problem is the women will come back, particularly women, some of the guys too, who do this content. They'll say, well, a man needs to do this to get the woman. A man needs to do all that, But they need to do this. What they're not saying is they want that knowledge applied to only the 15% of like men with raw sex appeal. Notice I say 15, and then you got maybe another 15% they can mimic the sex appeal, the masked men, because that's what they're doing. They mimicking the sex appeal of the Mr. Goodbars. So, but the bottom line is you got most women going for a small percentage of men, And that's all it is. That's the only thing keeping them apart. That's the only way they can't feel them. They ain't feeling that tingle. Women follow their wounds way more than people want to acknowledge. If women as by their nature did things purely logical, we wouldn't have any problems. I'd be talking, I'd be doing a review of some science fiction book right now or doing something purely entertaining. But we have to talk about these things. See, the biggest problem is we're not talking about it. You get these women saying, you got these women, content creators telling the women, oh yeah, this is the guy you should mess with. And how can I find that guy? And the problem is too, there's plenty of genuine good men. That's where it really gets messed up. There's plenty of guys out there who have no problem. They ain't talking 50-50. There are plenty of men out there, they talking 100%. There are plenty of men who will let their woman stay home. There are plenty of men don't mind what they doing. There's plenty of men who will be like, the woman can do whatever. There's plenty of men out there who will be great fathers. I want y'all to think about that. There's plenty of guys out there. You get plenty of men who will take a woman who got like 4 kids by 5 men because of the paternity fraud, Seriously. But you got some guys out there, they don't mind being a stepfather. They have zero reluctance to be a stepfather. You got some guys out there, they have no problem. As long as they're good with that woman, they have no problem. They will step up. You got some guys out there, even if they ain't having sex with the woman, they will step up. There's plenty of good guys, and plenty of guys who, I disagree with this, but they'll do it anyway. They'll put that woman on a pedestal. I disagree with it personally, but they will put her on a pedestal, and nothing but good intentions. They ain't gonna play him. They ain't gonna try to play him. They ain't gonna abuse him. Anything. There's plenty of guys out there like that. And some women say, well, they're bums and all. No, they're not. Like I said, these are guys who got their own homes, or at least the ability, or at least their own spot. Got cars. They work hard. All of that. Women just not simply. That's all it is. They're not sexually attracted to them. And the problem with that is we're not talking about it. We're not talking about it. And that's where the conversation has to be. Now, we got some people out there. We got, always mention Master Yamache Morris. He's teaching Tantra. He's teaching men how to build it up. We got guys out there, but that's not big enough. And why would guys look for it? Because like I said, the good men actually get fooled. Because you get the content creators say, yeah, go for that provider. That guy's going to be responsible. That guy's going to be honest. That guy's going to treat you right. They telling, and the guys got it. It's like, well, hold up. What about me? How come they not coming? Because the content creators ain't saying, oh, well, you need to turn them on sexually. And I'm gonna be real. You look at, there's a few of the women content creators. Hey, you get a vibe of what type of guy they go for. You notice they tend to go for guys who look a certain way. So they know it. Heard my ice in the background. Got to make a smoothie later. But seriously, and that's something we got to really just honest. Seriously, we got to just be honest about this. And that we got to talk about the sex. And say, yeah, there's some bigger problems there because as a society, we use sex to sell stuff, but we ain't really having a real conversation about it. And if we want to really talk about these issues, we need to say, you know what, the women just ain't feeling these guys. You know? And it's just so many levels to it, shit. So many levels to it. But it all comes down to that one thing. They simply not sexually attracted to the genuinely good men. I want y'all to keep that in mind. So anyway, that's all I have for today. I want y'all to really think about it. We need to have a conversation. We need to have a conversation. And I will say this, don't be mad. Don't be mad on either side. Just be real. People want to have sex. That sexual aspect is the one thing, it's not discussed enough. You know, I throw out some stuff and even more on my Patreon, some other people, but it's not really discussed. And that's what it comes down to. Who the women want to have sex with. All right? So anyway, that's all I have. I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.